The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The Simple Path to Wealth by J. L. Collins. The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez. The Bogleheads Guide to Investing by Taylor Larimore, Mel Lindauer, and Michael LeBoeuf. The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John C. Bogle. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. The Art of Happiness by Dalai Lama XIV and Howard C. Cutler. The Subtle Art of Not Giving F Times by Mark Manson. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. Grit by Angela Duckworth. The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck. The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. The Law of Attraction by Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton M. Christensen. Blue Ocean Strategy by W. Chan Kim and Renee Malborgna. The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. Leaders E-Classed by Simon Sinek. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Good to Great by Jim Collins. The 1 Minute Manager by Kenneth Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. The 5M Club by Robin Sharma. The 4 Disciplines of Execution by Chris McChesney, Sean Covey, and Jim Hewling. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber. The Lean Entrepreneur by Brand Cooper and Patrick Vlaskovitz. The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. The 80-20th Principle by Richard Koch. The Effective Executive by Peter F. Drucker. Getting Things Done by David Allen. The Power of Full Engagement by Jim Lohr and Tony Schwartz. The One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papazian. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. The Art of Possibility by Rosamund Stones-Ender and Benjamin Zender. The Creative Habit by Twyla Tharp. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay Stanier. The Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox Cabin. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert B. Cialdini. The Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs by Carmen Gallo. The Storyteller's Secret by Carmen Gallo. Made to Stick by Chip Heath and Dan Heath. Contagious by Jonah Berger. The Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman. Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. The Better Angels of Our Nature by Steven Pinker. Factfulness by Hans Rosling, Ola Rosling, and Anna Rosling Ronland. Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. The Structure of Scientific Revolutions by Thomas S. Kuhn. The Double Helix by James D. Watson. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. The Emperor's New Mind by Roger Penrose. The Elegant Universe by Brian Greene. A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. The Nature of the Physical World by Arthur Eddington. The Structure of Matter by Emilio Segri. A Universe from Nothing by Lawrence M. Krauss. The Mind's Eye by Douglas R. Hofstadter and Daniel C. Dennett. The Extended Phenotype by Richard Dawkins. The Blind Watchmaker by Richard Dawkins. The Red Queen by Matt Ridley. The Selfishness of Others by Kristen Dombeck. The Social Animal by David Brooks. The Righteous Mind by Jonathan Haidt. The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. Grit by Angela Duckworth. Drive by Daniel H. Pink. The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen. The 1 Minute Manager by Kenneth Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. How to Measure Anything by Douglas W. Hubbard. Thinking in Systems by Donnell H. Meadows. The Art of Negotiation by Michael Wheeler. Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler. Difficult Conversations by Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen. The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman.